Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to show some love and some respect one time.
Let's do it.
The one, the only, Juvenile.
What it do? What it do? What it do,
It's
man?
on Tino Cochino Radio. Man, before
Yes.
work or anything, how is life in general? How are you right now?
It's good, man. It's good, man. As long as the family operating good, it's good.
Please believe.
There
Man.
you go.
2019. Do you believe in like the New Year resolutions and all that, or do you not really partake?
Well, I really don't, because I feel like you shouldn't choose a day to make a life decision. So
Very
when
true.
people wait till that last day of the year to make that decision, I feel like you ain't gonna do that, man.
How do you feel about the term OG? Do you like being called OG? Do you not like that?
It's whatever goes with the turf, man. They call me Unc. They call me Pops and all this other stuff. So it goes with the turf.
I think about just, bro, I grew up on Cash Money Records, bro.
bruh.
I grew
For
up
sure.
on,
Yeah.
I mean, it's so crazy just to have you in the studio right now and think like you've legit made classic music that will stand the test of time. Do you ever sit back and really just trip out on that? Like you have songs that will never, ever for sure fade away.
It took me a minute to trip out, but you got to step away for a minute to really, and I'm like, damn, it's kind of crazy that, I got a song that they play at weddings, at the end of weddings and stuff like that. And to see the reaction from older folks and be like, oh, this song here, I work out to it. So, it's crazy.
Walk me through the process. I've always wondered of Back That Ass Up.
Man.
Is it just, were you at a
Yeah.
club one night and just like, I got to make something for the ladies? Or were you in the studio? Do you hear the beat first? Is it just the idea? Like, I need to know how
certain
is
girl.
this classic constructed?
I started off in the clubs doing that kind of music, you know what I'm saying? Club like booty shaking music,
Right.
New Orleans version, what we call bounce music. Kind of like what Drake did. Drake kind of like brought the music back to life with his last couple singles.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
But it was really more of Manny Fresh, to me, Manny Fresh making a beat to make me go in that direction. Because at first I had a whole nother song to that. The hook went like that, but the verses, it was totally different.
Oh, wow.
So-
Could you imagine different verses
I
to
know.
that song?
I
Like,
can't.
Bruh.
It's more like me competing against Manny Fresh because he kept changing the beat. So I'm like, all right, every time you change the beat, I'm gonna change the lyrics because I want the lyrics to complement the music.
Right.
So what happened was we got to Nashville and Universal was really pushing for us to turn the album in. Kind of crazy though that I recorded my last two songs in Nashville, and the last two songs were the first two singles.
Really?
Two singles, High and Back That Ass Up.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
That's a trip. Even thinking about like, you got like Migos and different people like that, like referencing the melody and cadence of that joint.
Yeah.
I mean, you set trends that are still going on to this day.
I can't lie, it's a blessing.
You're Club King.
Yeah, for real.
You were talking about like the New Orleans sound, and I wanted to bring that up because I feel like a lot of artists talk about certain cities, and cities can't find a sound. When you hear certain music, you know it's from New Orleans. You're right; it's got that bounce.
I know
Like,
it. Hey, man, G-Eazy went to school in New Orleans. He graduated from Loyola with my daughter, right? And he, I had him opening up for me a few times.
Oh, really?
That's dope.
I just noticed how he was all the way into, doing his thing, making his own clothes, doing his own music, like really. And then he said one thing, all he had to do was graduate and he can get, his parents said he can get off into the music business. They would back him up on anything he do. So it was kind of like, when I heard his first single, I said, wow, I'm glad he did that. He took the New Orleans flavor and mixed it up. But that song in itself is a bounce record also.
who are originators of making that?
It was Trigger Man. It was really the Trigger Man song from I forgot the name of the group. I think the name was Bus Can and Trigger Man.
Oh, wow, okay.
So what happened was it's a part of that song where they got the 808s knocking and the DJs just keep scratching that one piece and just go boom, 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 and that part right there made everybody in the city go crazy. So we just started making songs on that with a DJ just scratching the records backwards and forth, and it turned into something else.
It's so crazy.
Crazy.
I'm young, so for me, it's you.
Yeah.
You started it for me.
But it came from somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Really, the clubs, the DJs, like I said, me, people on the mic, I was really one of the pioneers. You're right, though.
Yeah.
The whole bounce era.
Mainstream-wise, without
I'm
a
the
doubt, would
first
probably
one.
be you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the first one.
That's
But I'm the
dope,
first
man.
one locally, too.
Oh,
They
okay.
they had cast before me, but I was the writer. I wrote the song. So, it was always me.
It's so crazy. I mean, what was that era like when? What I've always wondered, was there like any type of animosity for real between Cash Money and No Limit at that time? Because like New Orleans was the everything, bro. Like that was like at the time, if I'm not mistaken, like East versus West was kind of going on.
It was a little bit of animosity. I could say that, but right, we all friends now. We didn't, how they say time heals all, but it was a little animosity being. It was some doors closed in our face, and, on our way up to the top, and we felt like No Limit was the reason the doors closed on us. So it was a lot of animosity, and they made the Hot Boys movie, so that ain't make things better either.
I always wondered about that. Like, was that kind of like a slap towards you guys?
It was kind of like a slap. But,
my goodness.
And I told Snoop Dogg said, man, I didn't even know that's, I was like, I know you didn't, man, but I said, man, it's all love. I'm cool with P. I do shows with P. Me and Mr. Cole, of course, we was on tour before he got into his situation.
Have you talked to him at all?
I have a chance to talk to him.
Yeah, I bet that's going to be a crazy
situation. But we talked every day until that, so it's kind of crazy to me.
I mean, without a doubt, New Orleans, you guys made an imprint on the music.
They got him bad.
Yeah.
He just caught up in a bad situation because Woody went to jail for the first time. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like he couldn't be nowhere near a situation like that. It kind of like, I guess, violated him.
It's weird, right? Like it's almost like that with a lot of cases, especially when it comes to like hip hop artists and stuff. It's like, let's say they beat a case or they finally overcome whatever it was that they had to deal with. Yeah. As soon as they find any opportunity to try and bring it back on them or put it back, that's what they do every time. It's like they don't want you to get over it ever.
Yeah, and I mean, dude was rolling straight. I hate to see that happen to him, man.
I know you got a new record. So I have not heard it yet. Our program director was like, yo, Juvie's got a record that is insane. Tell me about this song.
We kind of like stole my buddy beat, Too Short, one of his beats off his, one of my favorite albums, you know what I'm saying? And me and Birdman we just started working, with no intentions of making a whole album. It turned into something else. We sat back and listened to the songs. And now we realize we got a hell of a project.
So this is a duo, like a collab project. You and Birdman the whole way through.
I'm actually when I leave here, I'm headed back to Miami to shoot the second video.
So what are we looking at release date, like as far as this
goes?
It's
up in the air. It's a rush on it right now, but my whole thing is creatively, I want to have these videos and the rest of the music done. So we really, I think we need to do at least 2 more songs and we'll be looking at a release date, but the single is coming, I think, real soon. That's why people, is in people's hand already.
That's awesome. Yeah. Where does the conversation for Birdman even come about? Does he reach out to you? Do you hit him? Do you guys just hanging out and just?
I mean, I've been. I don't know if people know, but a couple of years ago I signed back. The stuff happened with Wayne, and I just sat back for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Let that die down. Let them get that straight, and then I'll be back. But yeah, I had plans on making an album anyway.
That's awesome, bro. Well, I mean, I just appreciate the time. Any final thoughts, comments, concerns, anybody?
Hit me with it, whatever.
I got a question.
It's your time.
What's the royalty checks looking on Back That Azz Up?
Ooh, man.
That's a good question.
I play it every weekend, at least.
The third one probably was the biggest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it had it. And you talking royalties.
Yeah,
you're not talking publishing because we talk publishing. It's everywhere.
Okay.
It about I'm gonna say 3.5 something like that. Yeah.
Damn.
What are they now? Like $15?
And you know what's crazy?
I don't know how
what's crazy about that? We didn't put singles out. But the song generated a lot of money from radio play, publishing, and stuff like that. But as far as the royalty sales, the album sold $5 million. So you break that down.
Yeah, that's
crazy. I can tell by the Louis bag.
What was the? I'm just thinking of other stuff. What was that tour like? It was you. Who else was on it? Wasn't it Jay-Z, the Rough Riders tour?
I never toured with Jay-Z, but I've done songs
right. It was Rough Riders and Cash Money.
I did pop-up shows with him where I pop up on his show, or he in the city where I'm at, and he pop up on my set. But I never got a chance to tour with him, and that's my dog. That was the great
He was on a High remix back in the day.
Yeah, that's my dog, bro. That's my dog. He
kind of
like when he did High, he broke ice for both of us. I don't know if he knew what he was doing, but he broke himself in the South, and he definitely broke me in New York. So it was a good thing.
Without a doubt, man. Juvenile, ladies and gentlemen. Anything that we should touch on that we haven't?
Man, you touched the album. You touched the album. So that's the main thing. Universal get mad at me if they knew I came up here.
Didn't talk about the album. What is the name of the album?
You know what? That's another thing have yet to be to come up with, but I'm pretty sure Stunner gonna come up with that. I don't want to come up with a title.
You already know.
Yeah, he knows what it is.
Keep it on the low low.
Final question is: Jacquees the king of R&B?
Hello.
Man,
Better
don't
tell
put
him.
me in that position, man. I'm cool with Keith Sweat. I get money with Keith Sweat, and I'm about to do a song with
Tell him,
Jacquees
Jimmy.
right now, so I don't like to get put in position.
No, I feel you. I had to ask. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Juvenile, Tino Cochino Radio, baby.